Welcome to Bear Lifestyle, the podcast where we speak up and speak out about all taboo topics and make them normal and acceptable. You are invited to be curious, to try something new, and stay open to provocative perspectives. I'm your host, Simona Spark, a best-selling author, international speaker, transformational coach, and so many other things. Beyond anything else, I'm a woman who stopped following other people's rules and started creating my own. In this space, we are going to get naked by stripping away insecurities, self-judgments, and all kinds of limitations so we can reach in for the essence of who we really are, Bear. Beautiful, authentic, real, and ever-evolving. Thanks for listening. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're just walking and just laughing because I was asking Deborah here, like, do you have anything to drink? And she was like, no, I'm good. But I'm like, girl, I want to celebrate my audience. Bring a glass of something. So, hey, cheers to all of you. I'm celebrating you, I'm celebrating myself, and I'm celebrating our amazing, powerful Debrah that's coming here today. Before I let her talk, because look, you know me as being a talker, but this woman right here, 10x me. So very succinct, I want to tell you that she is a national marketing director with Neora, new product that we're going to dive in today to talk about. And I invite her here as a holistic anti-aging expert. Now listen, make sure that you open the description and you follow her website and her work. She's running a podcast. She opened multiple successful businesses for the past few decades around the world. You really need to follow this woman on all her social media, subscribe to her podcast, and dive into her work. So I'm so excited. Welcome, Deborah. Welcome to our Bear space.
Oh, thank you so much. And I gotta say, I love that you're in purple today. Purple is one of my favorite colors. It actually, when I had my studio, I had a private health studio where we did all this beautiful anti-aging, skin, body, brain. And my first massage table was in royal deep purple. And when I shifted my studio after I did 30,000 treatments on that table, I still have it here today. It's got cracks, it's got this, but it's like, I saw you with purple today. I'm like, I'm in the right place.
That's it. That was the intention, to be a royal deep purple. I mean, it doesn't come through in this light, but it doesn't matter. The vibration is here. I'm taking it.
Awesome.
So, tell us a little bit more about you, just to give a sense to our audience. Where you're coming from? How do you end up in this field? What makes you so fabulous? And this expertise, beyond 30,000 clients that you help around the world, is that enough to be called an expert?
I don't know.
So tell us.
Let's just go with wise. You know what I mean? It's like people are like, how old are you? I'm like, can we just go with wise, please? Let's just go with wise. So you know what, to make a really beautiful, long, have a glass of wine story impactful and short is, when I first went into my career of, life, I went into the music industry. And in the music industry, it's a whole different industry, right? And I had a pinnacle moment or pivotal moment, whatever you want to say. I came home for one, night of, helping booking bands and doing the thing and all that. You get home at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and that's perfectly normal. It's not like we were out doing crazy. But I came home one night and I went to brush my teeth in the bathroom at whatever hour of the morning it was. And literally the mirror went black. It was like I couldn't see myself. And I don't know. I started to panic. Like I was like, and I don't know if it lasted 3 seconds or 30 seconds or 3 minutes. It felt like a lifetime.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I kind of came out of it, and the next day I called I called the manager of the club, and I'm like, I'm not coming back. And they're like, oh, are you sick? And I'm like, no, I'm just not coming back. I don't even know why. You know, those things that you do because you don't know why. Well, that was a pivotal moment. And then one serendipitous experience went to another serendipitous experience, to another serendipitous experience. And I found myself loving and absorbed in this world of holistic medicine. Now, look, I was in my 20s, and I am not in my 20s anymore. I just act and think like I am. But that was about 30 years ago. And what was the pivotal moment was I went to go get a muffin from a health food store because I didn't do wheat, dairy, and sugar. And there was one bakery in the city that did it. And so I, as a pregnant woman, drove 45 minutes to go get this muffin because I was pregnant and I wanted it. And I found a flyer. It caught me out of the corner of my eye. And it was a woman teaching holistic massage. And I don't know, I just called her and we talked. And then it was just an array of serendipity that took me into that second meeting that I had with her, that I knew I'd be doing this the rest of my life. I got very soapboxy about learning information about ingredients and products and what happens to the brain. I got into brain health. I just started to dive into my industry. And the more I learned, the more my house changed, cleaning ingredients changed, no paraffin candles, no this, and the more masters I hung out with and Ayurveda and everything that I studied, I really changed my life. And I changed my family's life, and I had different rules in my house. And, you know, you didn't use cleaners with ammonia, and you didn't. And as that, then I really started to understand the source of disease, like the source of disease, right? So it was one thing to heal people and massage people and to give aromatherapy and make them feel better and all the kind of psychology that I took and all those courses. But I really got narrowed down on, I want to make sure people's homes are healthy. Like I had a client would come in and they would have, you know, they would have a condition. And I'm like, what's your home life like? That's what Ayurvedic people ask. What's your home life? What's your career like? What's your love like? What's your mind's like? How do you feel as a parent? And then I'm like, what are you using in your home? What are you cleaning with? And I got very, when I say soapboxy, it grabbed my heart and something inside said, you need to tell people this. I mean, I started a company. I formulated 300 products and went across my country, plane, trains, and automobiles, teaching people about soya candles. They thought I was a whack job. They were like, what's wrong with you? You're a hippie. I'm like, no, stop burning paraffin. You know, like I was like, you don't understand. It's made from mineral oil. And I always say people used to call me a hippie. Now they call me for advice because the world has caught up.
Oh my God, I love that. You know what I was just thinking when you were talking, like you are like a totally different animal than everything that I know. And it's so like this hippie vibe, probably hippie in your heart, but with the super evolved, sophisticated, scientific brain.
Yeah.
And it's a bomb combination.
Yes, like I said, they called me a hippie, and I'm like, I'm a professional hippie. Can I be a professional hippie?
Yes, you can.
And now, you know, the world has evolved. I always said if I just had started my company 20 years later, you know, we'd be on the top of a, you know, mountain or something. But so that's really my draw. Like that's when I say holistic anti-aging, you know, that I specialize in holistic anti-aging. It's whether you call it holistic wealth, holistic, whatever it is, it was really not only just, of course, mind, body, and spirit, but I'm like, what are you eating? What are you drinking? What are you putting on your skin? What are you doing?
Yes.
And let's see if we can find a way. Here was the trick. Not the trick, but here was the goal. I came into the world of holistic wellness when, yes, you could use natural products, but they weren't overly result-based. Like they felt good. It was wellness. You knew you were doing something good, but at a certain stage in time, particularly with aging, it wasn't correcting like chemical-based products were. And I found this, you know, big bucket of women and men, right? Men really stepped up about 10 years ago. So I'm talking 30 years. So, you know, 30 years ago, there wasn't men using skincare in my world, lots of worlds, but not mine. And there was this bucket where women were having this polar experience. They're like, I want to stay natural. I know that it's good for me, but I want results. Yes. Like I want my elastin back. I want my skin to look healthy. I want my, you know, hair to look healthy. I want to feel healthy. And so it was a big quest to find something that would do both. And, graciously that happened around 9 years ago. And I found something that, was good enough for me. And my friends are like, if it's good enough for you, I'm fine with it. So that's my story. That's my story.
And listen, you guys, it's so much bigger than that.
Yeah.
What's really so nice, I want to say shocking, but it's not shocking because nothing shocks me anymore, is that Deborah and we met, I swear to you, the day after I completed my third aggressive antibiotic treatment, and my skin was all over the place. And she contacted me from Connect on media. She contacted me, we set the call. And before you know it, we talk about this natural, amazing product. And I was like, universe, are you freaking kidding me? Who is this woman? Why am I talking with her today? And yes, I did bought everything that she sold me. And here we are. When did I start with all this product? 2 weeks ago, maybe
2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was. It was really. And
it's freaking amazing. So the reason that I brought her in, and if you trigger about being sold to or whatever, fine, great. You're free to close this, go listen to another podcast. But this is very intentional for two reasons. One, when we are talking about the bear experience and how to self-love and self-care and how to expand on it, is like we miss out the foundation of what is it that, as she says, put in our body, but on our body. Because look, I'm the one first to go for a magic pill, like just let me lose 10 pounds by the time I wake up and remove my wrinkles. But that doesn't exist. It doesn't matter how many people try to sell us that. This just is not real. So I invite Deborah here to share with us, to educate us, to invite us in her space. And there is a way not only to purchase the product that is actually going to contribute to your health, but you could also be in the business. So that being said, you have the floor.
Well, here's what I want to talk to. It's really interesting because I talk to different groups, right? So I share the word of natural living to different sectors, whether I'm talking to, a business group, or I do the health and wealth series for the banks here, or I talk to a mom's group, or I talk to whatever, right? Here's what it comes down to for a lot of who I talk to. When people go, oh, someone's going to sell me something. Well, first of all, you purchase all day. I just want you to make sure you purchase what's right for you. If I'm not right, it's okay. It's okay. The other thing is people are like, oh, I don't want to be sold to. I'm like, yeah, you do. Walk into a store where you really need some support. I don't know. Or walk into a, whatever. I don't know, whatever store you go to, and you're looking for something and you can't find a sales agent, how frustrating that is. Yeah. So that's one side to the whole sales part, to just put that piece of your brain aside. I'm going to be sold to, oh my gosh. The other part is, for me, it's more important to get past the barrier that people have around taking care of their skin. For some reason, people don't have a problem when I talk to them about the brain health that we have, or the youth factor powder that puts your body into alkaline state, stops disease, gives you all your supplements, takes the inflammation out of your body. There's something in their brain that says that's justifiable. And I'm not talking all women, I'm talking some women have something around deservedness and spending that money. When I'm talking to a woman and I'm talking to our counterparts, by nature, there's different things that pop up for people, right? So I think women, they have like this cash register in their brain, and they're like, I don't know if I'm going to spend this on myself because we've got to get tires, or I've got, my son's got, soccer, or my daughter's got ballet, and it's like they scan their life expenses and see if they can take that in for themselves. So sometimes it's deservedness, sometimes it's worthiness, or sometimes where do I rank in importance? And I want to talk about the reason why I soapbox and get on about using good products is because I truly believe in self-care. And I truly believe that these products are wellness products for the skin, right? And so it's very interesting.
I do want to say though, sorry to interrupt you. I do want to acknowledge everyone in our audience for actually practicing self-care. Yes. I do choose to believe that you do brush your teeth and you do put a lotion on your body after you shower, and you do use a sunblock when you go on the beach, and you do all those things, and I want to congratulate you. And now if you want to take that self-care to the self-love, it's actually giving a shit about what's in your product.
Yes. Yeah. It's like people care about what they eat. We're past the point where we don't do that anymore. And it's the same thing for your products. And so I like to address that, because for some, I do a lot of one-on-one conversations with people, and that's a real struggle. It can be a real struggle, or people are like, well, I earned these wrinkles. And I'm like, keep the memories, whatever you earned. And if you're happy with it, that's okay. You can still use a healthy sunscreen like you just talked about. So it's not necessarily about aesthetics. For some people it is. Look, I'll never lie and not saying I don't like how this product makes my skin look. Just like I won't lie and say I picked this dress to wear today because I think it made me look better. Just like when I go get my hair done, I bounce out of the hairdresser and go, I love how my hair looks today. I mean, that's me. I don't think there's anything to be ashamed about that. The one thing I really wanted to address that, because that's a big one. The reason why I'm so in love with this particular, and here's how I feel. I chose to endorse this product because of all of the research that I did. And then people go, well, Deb's a science girl. Like you said, I'm kind of I'm a science girl, and it's know and trust, right? Yeah. So for me, knowing that when I got introduced to this company, this was a product that was discovered by mistake. This is a biomedical lab that was looking to cure a skin condition, a very serious skin condition. And by working with compounds, herbal compounds, making it into what we would call a cream, they would call a compound. They sent this product out on men and women 19 to 90. They were coming back. They were hoping to see changes in the skin condition, and they were seeing all this anti-aging. The focus people were like, I want to buy this. This is stopping my lines and my wrinkles, my tone, my texture, and acne and scarring. And it was men, women they didn't care what your skin tone was. They didn't care color, what age you were, but they wanted to buy the product. And our scientists said no for 11 years. This was not a group of scientists. Now look if you're sitting around a table and you own a skincare company and you sit around a table and you're like, this is the #1 sector in the world. How can we tap into it from a commerce? I'm not against commerce. I'm just saying that wasn't our intention. And I believe that's why we are the company that we are today, because the whole culture is based on make people better, period. Whether that's better from using the business, better from using the products, or better from both. It doesn't really matter to us. What matters is what matters to you. So the beautiful thing is when they finally decided to take this company, it was because they ran out of research money. I mean, this whole thing has been one beautiful, in my opinion, a very serendipitous or spiritual or divine unraveling of that happened to that happened to that happened. And I know your crew, and I'm sure there's, people that understand that serendipitous unravel. And so anyways, when they decided to take it to market, they literally didn't even know how. They called in the advice of an expert in marketing that was an ethical marketer. And when he saw what they had, he was at the stage in his life where he was very well funded and he wanted to make a philanthropy company. Oh, who knew? Angel singing. And he's like, okay, let's just give people samples for the first year. Let's just give you 5-day samples. And if you like this one product, then you know what? We'll go for it. And they did. And in their first year, they outdid the sales of eBay, Amazon, Google, and Apple all together by giving 5-day samples. 48% of the customers were men, one bottle, one country, 1 year, over $100 million, based on what I believe to be spiritual principles. And so, but with a product that produced results that was botanically based. So that's a whole different story. I always believe if you know the foundation, from there, I can tell you about the shampoo that's going to stop your hair from falling out. And you don't need to really know more than that, because you know that the whole line has been based on those principles. So that's how we started in the marketplace, basically giving out samples of 5 days and people going, yeah, I'll take the next 25 days, please. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yes. I got in this space before I met you, actually, but again, it's not a coincidence. into, I literally threw away all my makeup. And I talk about this on previous episodes for those of you that are
I saw it
back. And I look into, I love makeup. I love my liner. I like my little shadow. I like my lipstick. I like my gloss, and I will do that every morning. I don't care if I have colds or not, or if I'm on video or not. That's self-love to me. So, but I'm like, wait a minute. I do want to ensure that I'm putting the right product on my skin. And yes, we are aging. And yes, I'm proud of my age. And yes, I'm proud of my wrinkles. And can I slow down the looks? Can I age beautifully? Yes, I can. So let's start with simple things. Throw away the damn powder that is just God knows what's in it. And when I discover, like makeup wise, I'm not paid to say this, I discovered Lady Gaga makeup. It blown my freaking mind, because it's all a natural product. But what's really, really important, and this is where women just stop themselves from trying things, is it's like it's such a small price. It makes no sense. It makes no sense why this luxurious gloss, well-made, organic, it's $7. It makes no sense. So when I've been introduced to your product, and I did try high quality product before, in my mind already went like, okay, I will need $100 for a lotion, and I will need $300 for the batch of 1 month of vitamins, because that's what I paid before.
Yes.
And then I got the whole freaking box with I don't know how many products for no money. I was like, damn.
So
this is a company that it really cares for people, not for profit. That's what the difference is.
And it's interesting, right? Because that's what I mean by we've had incredible success. I mean, come on, our first year sales of no advertising, look at not a Facebook post about it. I mean, Facebook wasn't even doing its thing. And to be able to do more sales than combined Apple, Microsoft, eBay, and Google. Think about it. That was a word of mouth. So that was big enough for me. I knew that because if people don't like something, they talk 3 times. If they like it, they talk once. When you talk about price, that's where you look at where do people market. So, you know, I'm not going to insult L'Oreal when I use L'Oreal as an example. It's just that L'Oreal's numbers are public to the world. Any company's public are to the world. And so we know that 70% of the cost of any product you purchase from them, and look at, if you love their mascara or something, I'm not telling you don't use it. I'm just telling you 70% of that cost that you're purchasing is their marketing budget. Right. Because I don't know if people know, but you have to pay on a certain shelf in a store. Like you don't get on the top shelf of a store. Or you don't get at the front of the counter for not extra money. Like, no, this is commerce, people. When you have celebrities using your product, they're not
even in a virtual space, Yes. And it's like, just because my book and my journals and everything are sold on Amazon, that doesn't mean that that's the money that I'm collecting. I'm getting like 40% of it, because I have to pay Amazon to expose my product to the huge audience. And I'm not saying this, as you say, to insult the audience that I'm not, but we forget.
Yes.
Not because we don't know, we forget. It's like, oh my God, this book is $20 and she sold it. Oh my God, this is the money she made. It's not like that.
No, it's not like that. People forget. And so here's the thing. That's why I say it without insult. That's what it cost them. That's what it cost them. But what that means is that 30% of the product, if you think about how much has gone into research and development, and so where we put our money is research and development. So our cleanser took, 3 years to produce. Why? Because it does 4 things. Why? Because our mission is based around making people better. Why? That means if we save them money and save them time and make it economical. So it's a makeup remover, it's a oil-based cleanser, it's a water-based cleanser, and it's a toner in 1 bottle for $35.
And I love it.
Yeah. So people go, that doesn't make sense, because you're used to paying for marketing, and that's okay. I actually have had people say to me, well, I've seen your pictures and God, your skin looks fantastic, but it doesn't seem, I go, you buy skincare, right? They go, yeah. I go, we don't seem expensive enough, right? They're like, yeah, it's actually the opposite. Some people that aren't used to it, they'll be like, wow, okay, so this is a high quality product. I'm not saying it's, I'm not saying it's free. But I'm also, when people are using skincare of our quality and then some, they're like, I paid double this. I'm like, I know you do.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very fair price. I mean, I talk to corporate all the time. I know what we pay. I know the herbs that we do. I know that, we donate proceeds to Big Brothers and Big Sisters. $6 million in less than, I think it was 8 years, went to Big Brothers and Big Sisters, because we know if we get to those kids and make their life better, that'll make that family better. That'll make that kid's family better as they get older. And then if you have a stronger family, you have stronger communities. And when you have stronger communities, you can make more impact globally. So the whole,
and this is how you could impact the world with one bottle of lotion. But what I wanted to ask you, because you're located in Canada, I'm in United States, would you tell us like where are you guys in the world? Because this audience is all over the world. So
yes. So here's the beautiful thing about being an international company. And here's the interesting thing about just getting started. When I say just getting started, people are like, how long have you been around? And I'm like, we're in our 10th year. And when people say, what's your sales? I'm like, over 2 billion. They're like, not possible. It's not possible. And I'm like, I'll tell you why it's possible. Because one, we have a very, 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 very high, 30% higher average retention rate than any other skincare company in the world. Why? Because our products work and people talk. Two, we've just started the expansion. So I'm going to list the countries that we're in, but just think, if you are looking for a business, being able to get in on the ground floor opportunity as we expand into the other 100 countries that are waiting for us. If you want the product and you're not in a country that we're in, honestly, I know you're endearing. You can get that product. We can just send it a different way, right? Yeah. We can just send it a different way, get a package. Okay. So we are in Japan, China, Hong Kong, Korea, Colombia, Mexico, New Zealand, Australia, Canada, US, Puerto Rico. A lot of people forget Puerto Rico, that you guys got Puerto Rico down there. Like, Puerto Rico? I'm like, yes, Puerto Rico. And then Canada, Singapore, and Philippines. Mm-hmm. So this is where we have a strong base right now, and then it's just gonna expand. We were throughout Europe, and then Brexit and the pandemic happened at the same time. So we're just letting that shift itself a little bit, and then we're heading back in strong. So that's kind of where we are right now. Yeah.
Well, I know that we could talk about this for hours, and chances are that we will come back and talk some more. But before we go for today,
yes.
Would you present us like one skin product? Like, what is the one that is like, I mean, there's so many that every woman needs, every woman consumes, and not just women, but men also. And talk about one.
Let's do that. So first of all, I'll just say 48% of our customers are men, and we have almost an equal ratio of men and women in the business. Why? Because it is one of the most healthy and wealthiest compensation plans you could do off the side of your desk. One. Two, it's an international website. All those countries I just mentioned, don't worry about speaking any of the language. The website will speak that language for you. That's two. Our focus is holistic anti-aging. No, not 1,300 chemicals that are allowed, gluten-free, vegan, all that good stuff. And we focus in the arena of skin, and I'll talk about a skin product. So skin, body, both like the body firming cream that sold over 1 million bottles that tightens everything, no cellulite, like the cellulite, the tightening, the loosening skin, all that. Then we have the internal nutraceuticals for the brain, also for the body that I just finished talking about. Then we have the weight management system, which is super easy, and it's all based on fat browning, not fat burning, fat browning. And then we have a gorgeous protein powder that helps not only with that process of people that want to lose weight. Women by nature don't get enough protein when they're trying to lose weight because we tend to starve ourselves. And so we have this that helps. That's kind of and then of course our hair products, right? So our hair products that stop the loss of your hair and also stop the graying of your hair. I just wanted to say who we are because I didn't really get to say that before. And let's talk about the skin product. Now, if someone says, what's the product I have to have? You have to have what I call our $100 million bottle. That is the number one selling product in our company. It is that night cream, because the night cream does 8 different things. And after using one year of our night and day cream, we can legally tell you it stops 10 years of aging. So if you are that very, very, very simple, which is why half our customers are men. So it stops
48 more weeks to go.
Yeah. So lines, wrinkles, tone, texture, age spots, sunspots, scarring, acne, rosacea, many, like, we don't say cure in our company because legally we can't, but you can see a massive amount of pictures. So it doesn't matter what your skin type is, T-zone, oil, dark, it doesn't matter, like dry, dark circles, it doesn't matter. That's the one thing, that's the one product everyone has to have. I gotta say,
and you use it while you sleep, so it doesn't interfere at all with your lifestyle.
No, very easy, very easy. And then of course I got to talk about the sun product because it's sunny right now and it's very seasonal, but this sunscreen is a all year round. We know, like, the big thing that we are is we try to, skin cancer is the #1 cancer in the world, and we were looking to cure it, and we obviously haven't cured it yet, but we're obviously trying to keep it away from everybody that because it's a major cancer that kicks off other cancers. Okay, so here is, we have a sunscreen. Perfect. Half the people in the world won't use sunscreen because it's oily or it's white or it smells like coconuts. And that's really great when you're on the beach and you're drinking Mai Tai. But when you're putting it on your face, nobody wants it. So you know what? We don't use it, straight up. So it took, I don't know, 4.5 years to create this product. It's a gel. The size of my pinky nail does your whole face. It dries instantly. It turns into a primer. So don't wear makeup if you don't want. You don't need to filter. You don't need a filter. And then if you wear makeup, it goes on beautifully because it's a primer. Here's the thing, SPF 40, fantastic, natural, good, ocean friendly, coral friendly, so you can wear it anywhere in the world, but it blocks blue light. It is the first sunscreen in the world that I know blocks blue light. People are like, oh, what's blue light? Well, the stuff shooting off your device right now, it penetrates deeper than UVB and UV aging, and it is ruining your skin and aging you. And gosh forbid these teenagers, what their skin's going to look like in 10, 15 years. Everybody needs to use this product to protect the damage of blue light, which we know is affecting people's eyes because we're on these devices so much. So there's my health plug. But honestly, and the sunscreen lasts forever. It's forever. And honestly, the price is insane. Like, it's insane. It's like, I don't know, it's like $45 for a tube that's going to last you months and months and months. Like,
yeah.
There you go.
As someone that I've been doing really poorly with the sunscreen block, even though I live in New Zealand for 4 years and it's probably the worst country in the world to be when it's coming to sun exposure.
Yeah, you're pretty close to the.
And since I got this product, it's like I'm so conscious about it because that's what sold me. Not even the sun, because I still didn't have a strong belief, as embarrassing as that might sound. But when we talk about the screen, I'm like, damn, I'm in front of my computer pretty much every day. So it's like, no, it's on my dresser in my closet, and that goes on my face every single morning.
Yes.
When I go to the pool to swim and whatever, like, yes, it goes on the body and I protect my sun, whatever. But even if I don't leave the house, that's on my face, because this face, it's in front of this computer every single day.
Yeah. And yeah, absolutely. It's for me, I use it because I am like you, I'm on front of this, and I'm going to tell you, I never used sunscreen before this sunscreen. Oops. Sorry, I had a little bleep there on my technology. I never used sunscreen before this sunscreen. I, like you, admittingly, I'm sorry, I just didn't like the feel of it. It didn't work for me.
The smell, the stickiness, all the things.
Yeah, it just didn't work. So, so sorry, I'm having a technology bleach today.
Well, it's a sign. It's a sign that we need to close for today. And I do want to thank you. And I want to thank you, first of all, for introducing me to this product. And it's just, my body is so happy. My skin is so happy. And here we are, like 3 weeks in, and it's like I could feel the shift, and I'm just so excited to see where this is going. And I just want to invite the audience again, please open the description, click on the links, get educated, do care about yourself and what you put on your skin. I mean, the skin is the biggest organ that we have. So let's take care of it, and let's age beautifully, like Bear, beautifully and authentic and real, and just let your natural beauty come through. And that could not happen with crappy product, and you know it, and I know it, and we all use it, and it's time to just care about ourselves. So thank you all. Let's celebrate you all, and let's celebrate Deborah. And do you have a final message for our audience?
Well, thank you for what you do, and thank you for inviting me on to share. It's the platform to be able to share and turn people on to, healthy products for their skin, because when you put something on your skin, it's fully in your system in 26 seconds. And that's really the premise of where we're coming from. But celebrating us, celebrating our worthiness, our deservedness, and using good things and eating good things and being good to ourselves. So honestly, thank you for creating a platform, because we need it. We need people to look up to validate that we want to do that for ourselves. So congratulations.
Yes. Congratulations to you too, my love.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in today. I would love to hear from you. What inspired you? What triggered you? And what interests you? Please join the conversation by leaving your comments and your insights. Explore more about Bear Experience at simonaspark.com/bear. I hope you listen, follow, rate, and review all of our episodes. I can't wait to have you back. Till then, be Bear. Beautiful, authentic, real, and ever evolving.